Well, the bride and the groom are in the house. They're actually in a separate room having their formal photographs taken. And it's given me a chance to settle them down a little bit before the reception and also to take the bouquets from the girls. Here's the bride's bouquet plus 2 attendant bouquets. It's wonderful to take these floral elements and add them, let's say, to a mantelpiece or a supplementary area. It sure adds a lot of color to our look. Talking about recycling and reusing, you can't help but appreciate this. This is the fresh floral arrangement from the church. Now, in thinking about how we planned this day, I knew we'd need a little bit more color, so I asked the florist to return after the ceremony, pick up this stunning arrangement, bring it here, and now we've placed it on a high pedestal, giving this part of the room significance and prominence. It's beautiful. It smells fantastic. This is where speeches are. What a wonderful frame for our photographer. I needed to pick a couple things up off of the table because I need to share some ideas with you, things you will try when you do your wedding at home. Before I talk about these, though, let's look at how the table look came together. Here's the centerpiece now that they're in place, and I'm especially pleased by the work Rosie did. This is a lovely green called New Zealand Pit. It's a nice color on these leaves, especially when you set it off with a purple scabiosa, little bit of salal. Look at the beautiful hydrangea. Whoa, a fresh fruit element? You bet. These grapes look wonderful, and so do these beautiful, full-blown Hollywood roses. There's the color palette come together in the center of the table. The arrangement has a little bit of height, so I thought we'd use tall tapered candles. They're a sage green. You could use pale blue or ivory. When lit, this will give a nice glow to the table. The menus are in place, so the silver frames, we printed the menus on a sage green vellum. They look stunning. How about if you were a guest at this wedding and sat down to your place setting? A very simple and easy napkin fold, a little bit of a peak at the top, and that's allowed me to place a little tiny hydrangea bloom in each napkin. Why? Because flowers are important to this couple. So important, they decided to give all of their guests a little gift. A small envelope filled with forget-me-nots and small blue morning glories. And then on top, a little tiny piece of vellum, a blue stamp of a flower, and the little phrase says it all. Our day was so perfect. Having shared it with you, here's a spring garden from us to you. And they've signed it Susan and Mark. I think it's wonderful. And the guests will also enjoy this. On to those add-ons. And these are things that you can do, personal touches that will add to your very special event. How about a little cellophane bag? We've taken an ivory ribbon, just looped it through 2 holes, creating a little tiny sack. In it is a small piece of paper, again with the bride and groom's name, and then a handful of lavender. Now, they've got to catch a plane tonight at 8, so at about 7, we'll assemble on the steps, grab lavender, and throw it at them. Why not? It's a lot better than rice or confetti in that it's so fragrant. How about another giveaway? Guests will be handed these after the bride and groom leave. A nice organza bag, more spring bulbs, the stamp, and a small little blue ribbon really make this look complete. On to a last thing that we'll place on the 6-foot table. This is a guest book. And the guest book is a nice thing to pick up. You can add a little bit of detail like a pale green ribbon and also a little bit of ribbon flowerettes. They look wonderful. When you open the book, it kind of says it all. The stamp again is front and center. I love that. Place out a nice pen with this so your guests can sign all of their best wishes. How about place cards? Place cards are also very nice. And I did this off of a laser printer using a French script, little hole punch on the front and back, and then the green and the blue ribbon. These little details are very easy to create. And I don't know if it's your daughter getting married, this is the kind of thing you do the night before. You all sit around the kitchen table, bawling your eyes out because one of you are getting married. The final thing on the table is our bread and butter plate, a salal leaf, inexpensive and readily available at your local florist. Place it onto the plate. Here goes the butter knife, and all you need to do is place a little butter patty right here. When you put them on all of the plates on the table, it sure does create a lovely look. Actually, I love this look so much I could marry it myself. I think it's absolutely fabulous.